Magnus here to do a Nerf Thrifting video. I've actually had some pretty good luck coming into preparing this. I've had pretty good finds overall. A decent amount of Nerf stuff and a surprising amount of Busby stuff, especially considering my area normally doesn't produce much. I'm going to start off with a few non-Nerf things that you're going to see used in projects and other things. One of them is this little alligator. You guys probably have seen these before. I picked this one up for 99 cents, and it's just one of those that came like from Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's or whatever, where they had a little air popper that shoots the balls. I think they're pump action. Hit the guy's tongue, and if you got batters in it, it keeps track of score. I'm gonna try to set up like a little shooting range in here somewhere, and when the weather's bad, have some fun that way. Maybe do a couple of videos. I've got a couple of project blasters. Paid $2.99 for a toilet paper blasters skid shot, which is a hilarious name. And their bigger one that's pump action is called the Sheet Storm. Hilarious. But this one's basically missing everything that wasn't attached. Like, if it wasn't solidly attached, it's gone. So why did I pick it up? Well, I'm going to make something out of this because that whole back end is a pretty hefty spring and a big plunger tube. These have pretty good power. So this would be a nice basis for something modular. And I'll have to just do my own barrel work and some maybe a partial integration. And speaking of integrations, picked up a little toy submachine gun. And I mean, this one, all it does is lights. I can see a speaker where it's supposed to have sound, but I'm going to do a silly integration with it. Maybe like put a jolt in there and brass it. Or maybe really like a Nerf knockout. Put one of them in here, and which I'll probably just like do some kind of an integration along here, and maybe even do the MagFed knockout mod. Be hilarious. Paid $1.99 to do it, so I'll have to make use of it some way. Found a bunch of Nerf pistols that are going to all be featured in mod videos, whether it's paint jobs or full-on mods or even tutorials. I'm going to be doing a bunch of those here over the winter. I found a disruptor in really good shape for $2.99. Now, while I still prefer the Busby Zenith over the disruptor, I think it'll make a worthy candidate for some painting and some modding. And $2.99, you know, it's either here or there depending on where you're at, but $2.99, that's an okay buy for me. And this one is in really good shape. No damage to it anywhere. So it'll probably be very nice to paint up. I won't have to repair anything. One that will need some work is this little Fire Strike. This thing has had a rough life. And I probably overpaid for it. It's rattling and loose in there, but I'm going to paint it, mod it, and probably have this in a giveaway. But we'll make something out of it. Moving on. Actually, for the same price as that disruptor, I got a Flip Fury in really good shape as well. I like these quite a bit, actually. I mean, I know X-Shot's got an even nicer one for as far as a platform for modding. There's a very low ceiling on this, which means, you know, just the maximum mods you can do before the blaster starts to fail. The X-Shot version, which is also available in the Adventure Force line, is a better candidate. But I've always liked the Flip Fury, especially like for true stock pistols. If you're going to do a stock pistol war, you got 12 shots, and when it works well. This one seems to be pretty crisp. Also found an unusual one. This is a Zombie Strike Side Strike, and you're not seeing that wrong. That's Elite Colors. I've seen a couple pictures here and there, but I've never had one. But that's a Elite Colored Side Strike. I prefer this big time over the Fire Strike, so the Fire Strike probably be modded, and I might give it away in a future video. This one, though, stays with me. I'm going to mod it as well, because it's very comfy. If you've never held a Side Strike, this is one don't pass up. Get it. They've re-released it in the Action Strike line. Actually, quite nice pistol, especially for single shot. I've been very impressed with them. I also grabbed a $2.99, seemed to be the price du jour for Nerf pistols of the day, but nice light strong arm. I actually do like strong arms. I've done a few mods on them. I put the Orange Modworks kit, which I really recommend if you want a solid performing reliable strong arm. You can get more performance, but those kits are really nice, and I might drop one of these in. And again, I mean, some of these are probably going to end up as giveaways, so at some point I might paint it and put the kit in it and then give it away. 'Cause strong arms are fine. I prefer the Zenith from Busby. I wouldn't be the Busby guy if I didn't. One though that is another one that's staying with me is this Magnus. I love the Magnus. It's a nice form factor. It's slim. It's sleek, and it has good power stock. But for me, this is one that I don't do a whole lot to. I normally just slap in a upgraded spring, and this one's going to get a paint job because it's a bit scratched up. It's got a little bit of life behind it. Paid $1.99 for this. Yeah, makes sense of that. The other ones are more expensive, and this is the bigger pistol. I don't know. Not going to claim to know. Now, I did find, and did not pass up, a Maverick. I paid $1.99 for it, but here's the reason. I don't actually have one in the collection right now. Every one I've had has somehow found its way out. So, gotta have at least one. So I paid $1.99 to put one back in my collection. One thing I love, and some of you people who have watched the channel for a while know I like Nerf Vortex. Kind of sad to see it come back and get almost like a resurrection, and then it just died again. Poof. But little Proton's actually one of my favorite. This thing, you know, you can count on it more than some of the other Vortex, and maybe that's why I like it so much. But it's just a rear loader, and I actually have a Vortex disc up here. Rear load. Put it home. And nice thing about Vortex, you can count the ricochets as hits, and it gives them kind of an advantage because they're a little bit more difficult to use because of the low velocity and the tendency to just float around. But indoors, they're actually pretty fun. One I did not get at Goodwill was a Camo Apollo. I got this as an out-of-box special for $4.50 at Walmart. I've always been a fan of the Apollo. Now I prefer the Dart Zone Powerball or the Adventure Force Titanium. They're pump action hopper fed. But the Apollo still has a place in my heart. And I've never had the issue with discomfort. Everybody said that this was so uncomfortable and hard and stiff to prime. It's one finger easy. And just put your finger there. If you need to, brace your whole hand and just push back. It's simple. I don't have any issues myself. I've never ever had problems with the Apollo. I always liked it. It's a good amount of power in a small compact package, and the stick mags in the grip is nice. I liked it. It seems comfortable and intuitive. I will put a stock on the back of this one, but yeah, I'm being a top prime fan. I don't mind doing that, and yeah, I know dry firing. Ouch. And I don't ever pass up triads. You can shotgun them, you can upgrade them, you can even single them down. No reason really to do that because it's still, you know, basically a Jolt power plant, but you can. But when they're 99 cents, I'm not going to pass them up. Now, I did pick up a basically brand new, it still had all the darts with it and everything, Icon Series Mag Strike. Picked it up for $6.99 and was promptly disappointed. You guys, if you know, my favorite blaster of all time is the Busby Destiny. Picked this up to compare. Yeah, it's as I figured. It doesn't compare. It doesn't. I will do a video on that, but as a spoiler, there's really no reason to ever pick this over a Destiny unless you just can't get a Destiny. The thing has less power. It may be closely matched to the same rate of fire, but it seems slower. I haven't put a stopwatch to it, but it feels slower. And it definitely has a huge disadvantage in range. The range of velocity of a Destiny just far surpasses it using the exact same darts. It's not really close. And it makes it to where if you were to run these against each other, the person with the Destiny is always going to win. Always. You would have to catch somebody literally taking a nap. But the big one for Nerf I picked up a big bad bow, and I had one of these as a kid that was in the purple color scheme, but red's actually my favorite color, and I got one. It's like, I got one, and I only paid $1.99 for this thing. It's like $1.99 for a big bad bow. I'll take a couple more of these, and you can have your mag strike back. But I'm gonna rechamber the big bad bow for darts. And I mean, that's an old mod, but that's what I'm going to do with it, and I'm going to run it as it is. You know, I don't want to damage it, but I will rechamber it for darts and do the traditional mods. And as far as aesthetically, I'm going to leave it completely as it is. But I've got all kinds of other blasters that I can paint and change the looks of. I did happen to grab, for 99 cents, one of the new Jaguars. This is one heck of a little pistol. I do have definite plans for this paint job mod. I'm not going to do the drop clip mod on this one. I'm going to just brass this clip and make it a very nice backup, because these things are powerhouses. The old ones were not, but these are kind of stiff to prime. I mean, it's a smooth feel. It's not gritty or anything, but you can tell there's already a pretty good spring in there and a good plunger tube. So absolutely going to mod this one up. I also managed to find, that was only 99 cents too, and for $1.99 I found a Reaper. This is not my favorite color scheme. I don't really like the green slide over the blue frame, but I absolutely am never going to pass up a Reaper. These things are fantastic to work with. One of my favorite blasters back here, I did Mongoose team colors, and I'm going to do another one of them here, and I'll probably go even up higher on the power. I did a 8 kilogram spring, I believe, in that one. I'm probably going to do a 10 or so in this. Get it bumped up closer to like the 150-ish. Maybe I might do a 12 kilogram in it, because they've got a pretty hefty priming. Because of the top slide being a direct attachment to the plunger tube, you can go pretty high on the spring rate on these. And that's probably what I'll do with this one. But yeah, $1.99 for a Reaper. Even better, I found a Revolution for $2.99, and this was basically, it looks like brand new out of the package, and it even came with the mag that has the interlock tabs on it. And this one has a home already planned for it. Ryan Ingolstadt already knows what's going to be going on with this. This one's going to go and find its way northward after being painted and modded. So this one's going to get the traditional mods of a 7 or 8 kilogram spring. I don't want to go overly on this one, because I know where it's headed and I don't want to overdo it so somebody can't use it. And it'll be brassed up, and I will probably do both a paint and accented hand-done paint job on this. But that'll be fun to see in the end. It'll be a future video. Also grabbed a Busby Night Tech. Got this one for $2.99. I know that's probably overpaying a little bit, but it's a neat pistol. It's a neat pistol. This was before the Zenith, and now the Zenith completely overshadows it in power and comfort and everything. But this, not bad. It's pump action, just like the Zenith, and it has a neat little trick. Hit the little button, up pops some lights and a sight. There's 2 little LEDs. If you got batteries installed, when you pull the trigger, they light up green on each side. Kind of neat. I don't think I've ever done a proper review on it in the channel, but also grabbed a over-under double shot. It's not just a double shot. Over-under. They're a little more rare. Picked it up for $2.99. It's going to end up being featured in a repair episode, because as you can see, somebody has ripped it open without hitting the release button, and they've snapped off the plastic tab there. You can see that once in a while on some of the double shots, and this one, that's the case, and there's some looseness to the hinge, so we'll have to take a look at it. Again, future video in the repair series. I did pick up a Busby Cougar in very nice condition. I picked this up for $1.99. The only thing wrong with it is it's missing a little tiny corner of the sticker. So this one is either going to become my classic Cougar wall hanger on a display I'm doing, or this is going to be into a Hydro Dip and mod. I'm going to do a loadout of Cougars. I'm going to find my 2 worst condition Cougars as far as appearance wise, and I'm going to mod them and do matching or maybe contrasting hydro dips so that I can drill a hole back here in the stock. And yeah, that's itty bitty little stock. And I'm going to put them on lanyards so I can double prime. And that way I can have a very fun, lightweight loadout. This is whether you want to run one and just carry all the clips and have, you know, I mean, these clips are very small. There's a reason for clips. I mean, clips compared to mags, clips are slimmer. You can carry more rounds. They're just, you know, sometimes, depending on the blaster, they can be a little finicky to use. Cougars, not that way. You just slide it in, and as soon as you feel it hit, stop. And then prime. There you go. Cougar's a good one to use for clips. Just needs some serious work for power. I did grab something that is not foam flinging. I know, water blasters. I know some people don't care for water blasters, but this one is one of their pressurized system, and this was one that I personally wanted to grab because this is from 2010, has their interlock connectors on it. And the funny thing is, with Buzzbee, their interlock series dart blasters and water blasters, you can interlock those things. So that Surge 10 that was in my video from the Danny Pack haul, it can go up here or down here. Just depends on how you want to fit it. So on a hot summer day, you could run around, blast somebody with water, and then fire off a shot with a dart, which would be hilarious. Use suction cup darts and get it to actually stick to somebody. But that's not the last thing, but that was a neat little thing for me as a Buzzbee fan. The last thing is, I found a stock with no price. This is off the Adventure Force Eradicator. I can tell by the stock connector, because they don't have interchangeable stocks, which I really wish they would. They need to do that. Like all of their blasters that have removable stocks, they need to make a universal fitting. And it needs to be a nice heavy duty one that's full length. Yeah, it's me going on about Buzzbee. I will be honest and complain about the things that need to be complained about. Having different, like this doesn't even fit a Tactical Storm. But I have a purpose for it. This is going to get trimmed and shaved, and I'm going to use it as a extension. I'm going to actually extend a future project blaster. I've got this in mind for it. Actually for a, I believe I'm going to use it on a Tactical Storm. But I'm going to use this as an extension onto it. So I'll work it in somehow. But I think they charged me a dime for it. So yeah, always take things, if you find things like that, I'm including that because I wanted to mention this. If you find something without a price on it, if like it's a mag, stick it in a blaster. If you've got a blaster in your hand that takes mags, stick the mag in the blaster, and they will sell it to you as that. You find something like that, all I did was go, it's like, hey, I found this. This is a Nerf stock. I had a Nerf blaster. I was like, how much is it? Because I don't know. It's because I'll ring it up as a random item for 10 cents. That was it, or a quarter, or whatever it was. But she just added it on. Sometimes they'll throw it in for free. Sometimes you can stick it on something. I mean, I probably could have tried to jam it on something, but always do that. If you see something on the blaster section, grab it, shove it on a blaster, take it with you. And a lot of times they won't even charge you. But hopefully you like the haul. Hopefully you like the full explanation of what the plans are for this, instead of just being like, hey, here's this pile of blasters. I found them at Goodwill. But hopefully you enjoyed this. But this is Magnus Jake saying thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end if you did. But until next time, signing out.